Our next speaker is Becky Ryan. She is the Hawaii breeding lead at Bayer's Crop Science Division, where she oversees the global corn traits and germplasm development. Becky holds a BS from the University of Rhode Island and an MS in Cellular and Molecular Biology from the University of New Haven. Becky applies her extensive experience in agriculture to promote sustainable agricultural practices. Today, Becky will present Modern Agriculture at Bayer.
Nope, the other thing.
Oh, the other one? Oh, I'm sorry.
That's all right. Let's do it. No problem. There we go. Good morning, everyone. First of all, it's a pleasure to be here. Thank you so much, Jim and Jason, for the opportunity to speak with you. My plan today was to spend a little time sharing some background about who we are and what we do in Hawaii, and then provide for you just kind of high level, 3 different use cases for AI within our business. This is, of course, just a small snapshot of those things, but hopefully it gives you a flavor for it. So, as Jim mentioned, I've had a multitude of experience in this space, and I'm sharing this with you really just to give you some context for my background. When I think about my career, really the way I describe it is I have had such a pleasure in being able to pursue my passion, which is sustainable production of food, fiber, and fuel for our growing planet. All different systems and businesses really over the years. Maybe on a personal note, although I'm originally from Rhode Island, I do live on Maui, and I'm a hobbyist homesteader. So Dave, I really would love one of those robots that we were talking about. That would be fantastic, because it's truly a lot of work as well. Okay. So usually when I introduce myself and I say I work for Bayer, I follow it with something like, the aspirin company, right? But we are much more than our probably most famous consumer health brand. We are also a pharmaceutical company and an agriculture or crop science company. We are in 80 countries worldwide and nearly 90,000 employees across the globe. We have a shared mission of health for all and hunger for none. I, of course, being in the agriculture division, my intention today is to talk to you more about that space, and I'll keep drilling down into the work that we do, and then even talk a little bit about our presence here in Hawaii. So Bayer Crop Science is really uniquely positioned to meet both the short and very long-term objectives for our farmer customers worldwide. We're an industry leader in delivering innovation, digital transformation, setting new standards in sustainability, and operational excellence. This comes through a package portfolio of seeds and traits, crop protection, and digital farming that comes together for tailored solutions for every one of our farmer customers across the world. I sit in the seeds and traits side, and that's the piece we do in Hawaii. So again, I'm going to keep drilling down on that, and my examples are largely in this space as well. When you think about how you're developing new lines, and we do corn mostly here in Hawaii, but when I'm talking seeds and traits, we do have a vegetable division, and then all the major row crops, right? So corn, soybean, cotton, wheat, canola, maybe I'm forgetting something, but those are the biggies. And the way that this works is essentially you're working with millions of potential candidates and potential breeding lines. And then you're bringing those together and over time running a series of field tests, trials, making selections to look for the best performing seeds and traits for our farmer customers. Here in Hawaii, we actually have the privilege of supporting a lot of this first part of the process. So both making those crosses, we do millions of hand pollinations of corn every single year, making those crosses for those unique combinations of genetics, all the way out to the product supply component of this, which is production of the parent seed that will eventually be sold. So we have all of those operations here in Hawaii. In fact, if you buy a bag of corn seed in the United States today, that came through our hands in Hawaiian development. And there are a lot of bags of corn seed sold in the US today. A little bit of the history of the seed industry here in Hawaii. I think it's often not known about this, but actually it was Dr. Jim Brubaker of University of Hawaii 6 decades ago that originally recognized the opportunity for the seed industry to be here. Now we know that this is a fantastic place, climate for both people and plants, and that opportunity to grow year-round is really what has kept us here and sustained us here throughout the years, to be able to more quickly get those new genetics out to our customers. This slide is specifically about Bayer's farms today, right? So we originally established, actually 60 years ago this year, Molokai, nearly that long ago on Maui. Maui was Trojan Seed Company. There's been numerous acquisitions over the years, ultimately with Bayer's acquisition of Monsanto in 2018. The seed industry actually is the largest agricultural sector in Hawaii in terms of value. So representing 15% of the value for agriculture in the state, despite the fact that we're actually operating on less than 1% of the total agricultural lands here in the state. I think this is a testament to our commitments to sustainable farming and opportunities in technology, like we're here to talk about today. Today, Bayer, we operate across 3 islands, so here on Oahu, Maui, Molokai. We have about 8,000 acres in total and roughly 400 employees. Let's jump into the point, yeah? Okay, so I had a nice segue with Dave, who's already talked to you a little bit about drones and precision applications. You know, imagery via drones has been around for a very long time, and of course in itself is not an AI application, but how we're utilizing this information is what I think has been really transformative in recent years. So the photo on the right-hand side here, that's actually taken on our farm in Maui. That is a T-30 drone that has the capability of leveraging imaging for precision application of products. We work with many different lines of corn, and often they have different nutritional needs, and so this isn't just crop protection, right? This is actually also fertigation opportunities and being able to be more precise in those applications. I do want to point out that this instrument and learning how to operate this instrument is also an important part of the foundation for these technologies. And so what you see on the left-hand side is actually just a little snippet from a virtual reality training program that we leverage to help people start to learn how to use a drone. So again, VR in itself isn't AI, but we're able to actually use data to develop simulations and scenarios to build expertise for people to have as part of their training. I know we have some friends from UH-CTAR in the room. Just a little bit of a mention too. We have a dedicated internship program through Bayer for University of Hawaii students. It is really a mission of mine to be able to maybe share more of the opportunities in agriculture to broader technology areas, because I think often people don't realize how they could apply their skills in agriculture. One of the most popular tracks in terms of the application has been our drone track and also data analysis. Right, so we've had some real successes with that UH program and bringing students in developing the foundational skills so that you have good quality data that can then feed into these tools and the power of AI. Okay, my next example is actually where I'm going to leverage someone much more eloquent than me. She's probably an AI voice or something, but I do want to share with you what I think is one of the most exciting applications of AI for breeding. And so this is our digital twin platform. So what this is about is actually how we would select our products and have confidence for their performance in all the different environments in which our products are grown.
To deliver the next best seed for farmers in record time, you need to do more than look for the perfect design. You need to see it in different dimensions. You need a digital twin. At Bayer, we have the industry's deepest agricultural data set at our fingertips. It's what powers the AI behind our precision breeding platform, which helps us design the best crop offerings for farmers. Digital twin technology takes this a step further by creating a digital replica, or twin, of millions of potential farming acres. We can accurately simulate the performance of any genetic combination under any field condition. This ensures only the most promising seeds advance through our pipeline and are recommended to growers. Data from our digital twin, as well as data from our extensive industry-leading field testing program, are processed by our advanced precision breeding AI models. This is a revolutionary approach in agriculture, unique to Bayer, that accelerates product development, improves product placement on growers' fields, and ultimately increases their success and satisfaction. Over the years, we have created an exclusive interconnected network of field testing sites and plant breeding facilities, including our state-of-the-art facility in Urbandale, Iowa. These sites generate millions of data points annually, which accelerate our industry-leading research and development. And now, with new applications of AI, this data also enhances our digital twin capabilities. Here's an example of our AI-enhanced precision breeding method at work. For just a single trait for North American corn, we trained our digital twin model with trillions of data points, collected over years of field research. This allowed us to create real-world scenarios that show how the trait would respond in actual field conditions. These simulations help us identify important plant qualities earlier in the product development cycle, helping us predict seed performance globally before any actual seeds are planted for field testing. Bayer's digital twin approach brings a new dimension to the future of plant breeding. One where farmers can have precisely what they need, when they need it, so they can produce more with less, and advance regenerative agriculture.
Okay, as promised, much more eloquent than me, but I think it's something that I find just absolutely fascinating from my experience in supporting genetics. So I've given you an example of some of the very practical farming operation type AI examples that we're leveraging, right here and in our internal operations, as well as, of course, farmers externally. I've given you an example of AI in terms of how we're selecting products and making those decisions for product advancement. And I wanted to finish with an example, which is a technology that we're utilizing for customer support. So better experience. When I talked about the tailored solutions that include everything from seeds and traits, data insights, and also crop protection, bringing this together to be able to support our customers is through a tool called ELI, or Expert Learning Language Model for You. ELI's cuter. And really this has been recognized with multiple awards this year, and this is something that is in the toolbox for our customer support representatives to rapidly address questions and needs of our farmer customers. Anyone who grows anything knows how quickly things can happen and how quickly challenges can escalate. And so having this as a tool to be able to rapidly provide that support is super valuable for our customer team. With that, I just want to say a big thank you again. I think in closing for me, when I look at all of these different opportunities in the technology, I just want to say again that I'm always looking for opportunities for people who are working in these technology spaces to be able to apply those skills to agriculture, because I think it's so important and a lot of value. So thanks for your time and appreciate it.
Great, Becky. Do we have a few minutes for questions? Anybody wants to ask her? Yeah, great.
So with your digital twin, I don't know, are you constantly, okay, you use your digital twin, you decide this seed is going to do X, Y, and Z in the field, then planting, seeing if what you expected to happen happens and feeding it back in? Do you have that kind of a data?
Yeah. Thank you for the question. So and I do want to say up front that I am not currently working on the field testing side. So what we do here in Hawaii is the nursery seed production, but I'm pretty familiar with the process. Ground truthing is incredibly important to keep improving the accuracy of tools like this. So absolutely 100%, right? We have to keep feeding this data back in to get better and better. And of course the environment is evolving as well. So we need to be clear about that as we're looking, because we're trying to make predictions and make the best selections for which of our seeds and genetics are going to perform best in an environment. So it's about feeding data from ground truth and also better predictions and modeling.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. I have a question.
Sure.
Yeah, it's the interest in the breeding program performance. And is there a lot of, do you get feedback from the farmers? We grew this, and this different, and then they give you back production data and stuff, could you elaborate on that?
Yeah. Dave kind of alluded to this at the very beginning about how guarded I think farmers have been historically. I do see an evolution in that. Actually, I just so happened to be in Indiana last week, and we were in a tour with some of our farmer customers who are part of our Groundbreakers program. And so our Groundbreakers are actually executing full field scale trials as we're building our product development. So I referenced the field trial evaluation throughout that selection process. That starts, of course, with small plot, multi-location field trials, and then moves to those Groundbreakers. So I was literally in the field with one of our farmer customers looking at one of our products called Precion, which is actually a completely different model of short stature corn with sustainability goals and really a climate resiliency, because it's less prone to lodging or wind events. It's more resistant in wind events. And so also some other really interesting sustainability potential with that product as well. So literally got to be out there with them, and 100% part of that agreement and Groundbreakers programs in particular is getting that data back into our system to improve our breeding program.
Wow.
Sure.
Okay, great.
There's one